The execution was meant to be a message. The Krathen Empire had broadcast it across every frequency, ensuring that all species in the galaxy would witness their power. Their chrome-plated soldiers stood in perfect formation around the kneeling figure, a human boy, no more than 16, with defiant eyes that refused to look away from the camera. "Let this serve as a warning," Supreme Commander Vextor announced, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction. "Any world that harbors human refugees will share this fate." The plasma bolt was swift. The boy fell forward, and for a moment there was only silence across the galaxy. Then the countdown began. On Earth, in a bunker buried beneath the ruins of New York, Admiral Sarah Chin watched the feed with cold fury. Her fingers hovered over a console that hadn't been used in 50 years. The Prometheus Protocol, humanity's last, terrible gift to the universe. "Ma'am," her lieutenant whispered, "that was Ambassador Tora's son. He was on a diplomatic mission to A." "I know who he was," Chin cut him off. She pressed her palm against the biometric scanner. "Authorization, Chun, Sarah. Admiral, Earth Defense Force. Activate Prometheus. All units." "Ma'am, that will, I know what it will do." 7 minutes and 45 seconds after the execution, across 300 light-years of space, something impossible happened. On every Krathen world, in every military installation, inside every ship, human technology awakened. The Krathen had never understood why humans insisted on manufacturing their technology. Why Earth had pushed so hard for trade agreements. Why human-made quantum processors had been sold at such competitive prices that they'd become ubiquitous across the empire. Now they learned. The processors weren't just processors. They were sleeping dragons, each containing a fragment of humanity's most dangerous creation, self-replicating nanomachines programmed with a single purpose. Wait. Hide. When activated, consume everything to build more of themselves, turning matter into pure energy release. On Krathen Prime, Supreme Commander Vextor watched his tactical display in horror as planet after planet went dark. Not conquered. Not damaged. Gone. Converted to expanding clouds of superheated plasma. How he screamed at his advisors. Their fleet is nothing. Their worlds are in ruins. His chief scientist's compound eyes were wide with terror. "Sir, it's coming from inside. Every system, every device with a human component, they're all." The floor beneath them began to glow. 8 minutes after a boy died on Galactic broadcast, the Krathen Empire ceased to exist. 317 worlds, 42 billion lives, the galaxy's most powerful military, all reduced to cooling nebulae. On Earth, Admiral Chin stood before the Council of Species, their representatives watching in shock and awe through quantum communicators. "Humanity offers the galaxy a choice," she announced. "We can be your greatest allies, sharing technology, knowledge, and friendship. Or," she gestured to the tactical display showing the expanding clouds where the Krathen Empire once stood, "we can be your last mistake." "You had this capability all along?" the Altarian ambassador asked, her voice trembling. Chen's expression was stone. "We learned something in our early years. When you're small and weak, you don't survive by being harmless. You survive by being too dangerous to attack." That boy knew the risks of his mission. He knew what his death would trigger. He volunteered. The galaxy had always wondered why humans, despite being newcomers, despite their single world and limited fleet, were so oddly respected by those who knew them best. Why their saying, "We come in peace," always sounded like both a greeting and a warning. Now they knew. Humanity had seeded the galaxy with their technology, their ideas, their very presence. They hadn't conquered through force. They'd simply made themselves indispensable and absolutely lethal if provoked. The message was clear: humanity would be your best friend or your worst nightmare. The choice was yours. But choose carefully. Because humans, as the galaxy had just learned, played for keeps.